Good evening, folks. This is Alan McRom, and we're back in Vintage Story in our vanilla playthrough. I've just finished a special project that I was working on, which I'm going to show you. This is right after my live stream, where I made my first 4 iron ingots. I put them in this chest because in my live stream I originally stored them here, but right now I'm having some sort of weird graphics issue where when I put the iron ingots down on the ground, they're not showing up, so I'll probably have to investigate that. What I was about to do is I was about to make some brass, since I've got some brass. Or I've got enough copper and stuff to make a little bit of brass. So we're going to grab some of this brown coal, because brass doesn't need that high of a temperature to start smelting. I was going to leave those extra wood bits in there for now. Had a small fire issue, and I had to change that over to rammed earth because my pit kilns were setting the wall on fire. But we're going to put this in here, and we're going to smelt this brass. I'm going to use that, hopefully, to make some lanterns. As you can hear right now, the drifters are really unhappy about the fact that I'm hanging out in my newly fully enclosed forge, and if you didn't see the live stream, I also managed to find an aged torch holder in a cave while I was looking for iron before I found iron, which has allowed me to put some more light in here, along with 2 oil lamps that I've made, which I think that's the chunk I normally dig through, to help give me a little bit of just light in here. I'm going to work on getting an actual lamp in here as well, but that's all stuff to come. I also need to see if I've got any more planks laying around. I don't think I do. I had some more wood I saw, so we'll take this wood and use it to make some planks while we wait for this to smelt. Still working on it. Alright. Because I need to make another barrel, in case y'all are wondering. Go! Planks. Need lots of planks. Then we'll do this. And I need some sticks. That's not it. There we go. That's a barrel. Alright. We're going to take this barrel. This barrel is going to go in our cellar that I've got. We're going to put it right here. That's because we're going to take this honeycomb I've gotten, and we're going to squeeze it into here. There we go. We have to hold shift and right click on that, and that's going to squeeze it and get it into this barrel here. So there we go. We've got some honey in there, which we can store up. That'll last forever, and that gives us some beeswax we can use to make a candle. So if we wanted to say, for example, make a candle, it's 3 beeswax and a flax fiber in a cooking pot. Which, it ruins the cooking pot as far as, like, using it for cooking. How long has that food got on it? That food's got 3 days on it. Well, I'll put this away for now. Make that meat last a little bit longer. There we go. But we're going to need 1 candle to make ourselves a lantern. And there we go. And now we'll just grab some of this firewood from where I was making some more charcoal, which should be done here soon. There we go. Alright, that'll be done in a minute. Let's grab our tongs here. Check our brass. Our brass will be done soon. But I'm thinking brass lantern. I forgot that this brown coal burns a lot longer. The other thing we did during my live stream is we actually have mostly finished the sailboat. We're at the point now where we're having to add the linen for sails, and I do not have enough linen. So we're going to have to work on getting some more linen to get the sails done. But I also got enough iron during my mining, during the live stream, to make 6 iron ingots. I've only refined 4 of them currently. That's okay, 4 is more than usable for now. There we go. 1 brass ingot. 2 2 brass ingots. 3. And number 4. There we go. Those brass ingots will be really useful, as they will let us make a nice lantern. And we're going to have to use them to make plates to make the lantern. Actually, we have enough we could make 2 lanterns in theory. Okay, so we've got our candle. And we've got our permanently dirtied pot, which we're just going to put down here so we know that's the pot for making glue and candles. But there we go. Alright, and then we're going to put this beeswax away. The other thing I need to do, I need to get a lot of reeds. Did our bow-torn friend go away out here? No, not yet. Oh, he will in a second. Get out of my beehive area. Come back here. Not going to escape me that easily. Alright, how to get rid of our bow-torn. They, unlike the others, don't kind of like just go away during the day. You have to kind of chase them off. It's something the devs are aware of and they're working on. And harvest these mushrooms that have been sitting here eyeing. There we go. And I think this should have some more resin for me now. Up here. No, not quite. I thought I had like one more day. I misread that tooltip when I looked at it earlier, but that's alright. We're going to move on. Come back over here. And I'm going to grab this flint, because we're going to need flint. And let's come back in here. As I step on the hot ingots. I'm going to have to move those ingot molds, I think. They're just not located in a good spot for me. We got lots of food for winter stored up. It's not cooked, but it's still in the pantry, and most of it will last plenty for winter. Yeah, so once those cool off, we'll be able to use them. Let's go take a look and see what we can do about this flax situation. So, I know some of this will be ready to harvest soon. Like, these onions are all ready to go. That one's not. That one's not. That one is. What about these parsnips? These parsnips are ready to go too. Nope, not ready to go yet. Those are. Cool. Because I know some of these are not going to do so well as we get later in the season. Like, the onions are fine during the summer. Parsnips are a better cold weather crop, for example. So right now would probably be a decent time to start planting parsnips. So we're going to put these onions away. So that, like, the parsnips and the onions, it's like the onions are good for hot weather. The turnips are good for cold weather, though. Let's see here. So, let's get some more turnips. And we've got parsnips. Let's get some more flax. See if we can't get some flax in the ground, because the flax has a little better cold tolerance, but it's not great. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, I could probably get one more flax too. Let's see here, it's low on P. Let's use it then, so that's fine. And it shouldn't get too warm out for those turnips. Let's see here, can I get one more flax? Yeah, we'll do one more flax. It's because I do need so much flax right now. And we'll throw down some parsnips. Or the turnips. I keep getting that backwards. For some reason, I keep saying parsnips even though I mean turnips. Because turnips also have a short grow time, which is nice. So let us get a little more, hopefully one more round of some crops here before winter sets in, because it is September, so it's getting a little late in the season for growing in the game. Alright, so let's put these parsnips in here. We'll top off this stack of onions. And we'll come over here to our other storage thing and put those in there. There we go. Lots of food stored up. Let's check our leather making process. We have some lime leather. Do we have any hides to go in there? I don't think we do. No, those hides are all good, so that's all fine. Actually, I should see if I can do something with these hides here. So I have all these. Well, I'm currently using them for carpets. Let's see here. We could use them to make longbows. Some fur gloves. Some fur boots. Use them to make some lamellar. That actually may not be a bad idea. So let's get a lamellar mold. Here, do I have one? I do. So we'll put this mold. We're going to pick up this pickaxe mold, and we'll put that away for now. Put the lamellar mold there. Pick up our anvil mold, and we'll put it in the corner. The brass is still softening up. Let's see here. If we're going to make lamellar, we're going to need some more copper or... well, we have some tin. So we can make like a bronze lamellar pretty easily. So I think we'll do that. So let's go get some more copper. I'm going to put these hides in here just so I have them. There we go. So we've got that. Let's store... Let's go over in here and we'll store up this candle somewhere. There we go. We'll put it in here. That's a item I also found there. That miner's belt. We'll put the boards in here for now. Alright. So let's go see about mining up some more copper here. Okay, we'll take our 2 picks. We will take our prospecting pick. And I had some ladders stored in one of these baskets. There they are. I need more ladders, so we can actually use some of these boards for that. There we go. Cool. Okay, go get us some extra ladders. Put this board back. Cool, let's go get some copper. Because, actually, I also want to grab some dirt if we're going to go do this. Where is my dirt? There it is. Well, there's some dirt. I like to use this low fertility dirt to help me with building and mining. Because basically I can use it as an impromptu defense from cave-ins here. Am I really that low on dirt? Well, I never thought I'd be this low on dirt. Okay. Alright, well, I can just go dig some up while we're out. Let me grab my shovel if we're going to do that, though. Oh, there we go. Cool. Alright, so I know I took care of that one over here. I saw one more up here, so let's go hit this one up here and get it mined out. Because we'll use that copper to make some tin bronze to make our lamellar. But I'll bring you back when we get up there to our mining spot that we're heading to. Okay, so apparently I've actually already mined this out. As I've gotten here and I already have this ladder in here, which I'm probably going to do something about, so I'm going to knock down these because I'd like those back. And there's apparently some copper left in here somewhere. I'm going to get out my dirt blocks here. And let's see what we can do as far as mining goes. Not sure where that copper is going to be. It's only trace amounts, so it's like probably 1 or 2 bits of ore left in here. There it is. It's over in this corner. Okay. There we go. Let's see if that's all of it. There's still copper somewhere. There it is. I was going the wrong direction here. Right, that's probably the last of it, though. Nope. Still says there's more. So we're gonna get this gravel out of the way. We're gonna figure out where this native copper is. As I clean up this broken rock here. We'll just work our way along here. If we can uncover it. It's probably behind this wall somewhere. So what we'll do, go along the top here. Then what I found you can do, and this is kind of cheesy, but we'll do it anyways, is if you put that dirt there, now the rock above this won't collapse even if we mine up below it. Okay. Where is the copper? It shouldn't be this far away from here. Now, this is a particularly valuable node, but I like to mine it out. Alright. There it is. Now, if we do a check. There. Now we've gotten it all. Okay. Which is still, like... So each one of these is 20. That's 6. That's still, you know, 120 units of copper that we now have. There we go. Alright, just have to know not to fall into that hole, but there we go. That's cleared out. So, we're going to head over this way. You go to the next one. And I'll bring you back when we get to that next one. Which is on the surface, so it should be easier to find. Okay, we're back at the mining spot over here. Went over here and just grab some dirt for my little dirt trick that I like to do. Our mining spot's just right over here. And if we look here, there should be some surface nuggets I was just looking at a second ago. I think they're up on this hill over here. There they are. So you can actually see it exposed right there. So I already know what level it's at. But here is our surface nuggets. We're just going to move this granite stone off the hotbar here real quick. So we can pick up these surface nuggets over. 1, 2, 3 more. It's the 2. So it's probably not a really big vein then. But here we go. So we're going to dig out this gravel real quick. Because this looks like it's right here on the surface, which is nice. That means we don't have to do a lot of deep digging for it. We'll just clear out some more of this gravel here. Let's go up here a little bit. Make sure it doesn't continue up. Alright, doesn't look like it does. God, that elk scared the crap out of me the way it sounded. Okay, so actually we'll go ahead and put this in our offhand since it's starting to get a little dark out. Don't want to risk anything spawning too close to us, even though it is calm out. With this being right here on the surface, that's going to be real easy to get. And it's medium quality ore, meaning it's decent. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's still 20 copper units per nugget, or per chunk, I should say. There we go. I think that might actually be it. We'll dig out a little more just to be sure. Yep, there's a little bit more. Yep, see, there's some right there. Yeah, this is why I'm digging out the gravel. Make sure we got it all. I mean, I could be using my pro pick, but if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Yeah, we got some wolves over there. I'm really trying not to fight those wolves, just because, you know, they've got me outnumbered. Though I just heard a cave-in landslide over there. And it's just next to that boat torn. Actually, this turned out to be a little bigger node than I thought it was going to be. But what I can do to protect myself here... Not that I wanted to do it this way. We can throw a little mining hut together real quick. There we go. There. And that'll keep our unfriendly Votorn out of our little mining spot here that we're digging in. There you go. Any more as we go this way? Yep, there's some right there. Miracle that didn't cave in there. Let's get our pro pick out, and we're just going to do a real quick reading here. See how much is still around us. Trace amounts, so we still got a few. It's getting real risky, though. Let's do that one. Oh, just broke that out. No reason. Okay. What about behind this door? Nope. What about over this way? Any over here? Oh, there's that cave-in I was trying to avoid. But that's my own fault. I can hear it. It's getting closer. Shouldn't be having cave-ins over here. Still calm. Alright. Not seeing anything. Let's try digging out a little bit more of this here gravel. See if we can't find that copper node that we're missing. Real quick. If we can find it, we'll have made a good amount of copper. Alright, is it over here? Alright, I'm guessing not. I don't know where it is. Well, we still got a good amount. So what we'll do is we'll put this in our inventory. We're going to grab flint on the way back. I really don't want to fight a Votorn and wolves all at the same time. Not because they're inherently on the same team here, but just because you're going to be their priority target. And they're not going to fight each other. So, I'll see you when we get back to the house. Alright, we're back at base. I've processed our copper, and we got, I think, because I had 11 ingots left, so... There you go. So we had like 107 ingots that we found total, giving us 118 total now. We're going to take our siderite, which is our tin, and we're going to make some tin bronze. I'm going to use that to make lamellar. That would make ourselves some, good armor, I think. There we go. And that's the ratio I like to use of 92 and 8 to get me a nice perfect thing of tin bronze here. If we go in here to look at the tin bronze, so we need a smelting temperature of, 950, which our brown coal will do. So we can save ourselves some more fuel here, because I'm actually probably going to go work and getting us some more brown coal here. I think 3 will get us there. We'll try it. There we go. Since we're at home, I don't need that. Go ahead and eat our food. There we go. We'll go take this empty bowl and, well, this empty storage croft and put it over here. Go ahead and make some food while we wait for that to smelt. What's that? It's going to be fine for a while. Be fine for a while. So we'll go into here. You know, I think we'll use these mushrooms. We haven't used any of these mushrooms. And we'll use some of this spelt, because we have a lot of spelt. We also have this rice we could use. Rice is technically better. So we'll use a ton of the rice. And I think we'll use some of these carrots. There we go. Rice with mushrooms and carrots. That actually sounds pretty decent. Especially if you had like some meat in there somehow to make this like something with gravy. There we go. Mushrooms and carrots. There we go. And then we'll grab like 6 pieces of wood, because that should more than cover our fire needs. There we go. Cool. Let's go check our tin bronze here. It is smelting. It's probably going to take... Yeah, it may get there. We'll see. I'm going to have to check this soon and see if our charcoal finished. But what we can do is we can pick up these ingots here, and we'll just put them off to the side here. See, that'll show up just fine. It must be the iron ingots. Let's see if the iron ingots are still messing up on me here. See, watch. Okay. Might have been because they were cold. Or hot, I mean. So we'll put them there. There we go. One of those is going to be a pickaxe. Let's see here. Got my hammer, which I'll need. How we doing? Let's get in there. What about our food? How's our food doing? Also getting there. Lots of little projects. You can also put away this shovel for now. And this pick, I think. So I think we're not going to be doing any mining for the moment. Yeah, I think that'll get there just fine. Yep. There we go. Save the firewood. Grab the bowl. Grab a pot there. So we'll put this over here. Take our other bowl and just grab that. And there we go. We can put our pot back on the shelf. Nice. And now we have our food covered. There we go. I'll close the store up real quick. This should be just about ready. It may take one more piece of coal. Takes a little while to get up to temperature, and now it's taking it a little while to actually melt. But that'll get us enough to get our first bit of lamellar going, because to make the lamellar is going to take us several castings of it. And we can always hammer it out, too. Yep, that didn't quite get there. So let's do one more piece of coal. That will get there. I definitely think we're going to go mine some more coal here in a bit. Mostly just because it's a good, fairly cheap fuel source. And we can always convert it to coke later on if we want to. But coke does not burn very long. There we go. And then we'll turn the rest of this into ingots for storage purposes. There we go. Alright. So once that's done, we'll be good to go. With it being so late in the evening, I'm going to put our character to bed, and we'll see what's going on in the morning, I think. There we go. Amazing that's still burning. Alright, so we've got our first bit. Lamella. I always call it lamellar. It's lamella. Lamella. I'm not sure how to pronounce. If someone wants to tell me the correct pronunciation in the comments, that'd be great. But we can go into here, and this so we can make headgear, which that's just 3 in a hide, which we've got the hides. We just need a few more of these. The body armor, which is a bunch. It's, you know, 4 small hides or 2 of the medium hides, which we've got, well, pelts. And then, so we've got 4, 6, and 10. So we need 10 units of this. Now, look at the protection on this. Flat damage reduction of 0.6 hit points. Straight off the top, period, the end. But it's level 2 protection, meaning it works really well. The one drawbacks is healing effectiveness, hunger rate, and some of the accuracy drawbacks. But that's okay for the protection it will grant us, and for how cheap it is to repair. And then if we want to do the pants, now we need 5 and some belts. So there we go. And once we make it, good news is we can actually just, you know, keep repairing it. So that's something we're going to work on here in the near future. We're going to put that in here for now. And then the other thing I need to do is come out here and put these seeds away. Because I found some parsnips on the way back, so I grabbed them. Really need these. Yeah. We're going to do some carrots. So I can see where I got some onions ready to be harvested. Yep, these onions are ready. Onions and carrots don't take too long to grow, so we're going to do the carrots. There we go. The carrots are also pretty cold hardy too, which is nice. Put that in there. Let's see if we can't get some more. We'll do some more turnips. Because again, with the seasons getting colder, it should be fine. There we go. Anything else ready for harvest? Those turnips are ready for harvest, but we don't want to plant turnips there. What about over here? You guys are all fine. These onions will probably be ready today or tomorrow. Let's see what we can replace these turnips with. Do a parsnip. We'll do a parsnip. There we go. Because parsnips are fairly cold tolerant, just like the turnips. There we go. Okay, let's go put this up. And then, I keep forgetting it's not opened anymore. Turnips. Actually, I'll just put the onions in there, because I have turnips in this one. There we go. Okay. Things we should do today. Well, I should get some more beehives made. So I've got the clay for it. I just need the reeds. So I think we'll go do that. And then at this point, I just need more flax. I'm going to need a good source of flax. So let's get my sickle here, or scythe, whatever you want to call it. Let's go get some more reeds. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to necessarily make you all watch me just scything down reeds to make more bee sheps. But that's something we are going to do. Meanwhile, I'll grab more and more of this flint as I see it. Because I don't know if we're going to need more ropes or not for the boat anyways, so it would be good to have the reeds. We'll also keep an eye out for animals to hunt. Because we also need to start working on building a small windmill, I think, to automate some of our processes. Specifically, like the quern and perhaps, even if we get a little crazy, building a hell of hammer. Oh, we got that will harvest the horsetail. That's good to know. Use horsetail to make medicines. Well, I actually found something interesting when I was harvesting some cattails here. I found some ruins in the water. We're going to go ahead and dig up these this bony soil here. And get down there. Come on, let me have the bony soil. There we go. I'm going to check and see if there's any under this thing. Okay. So we're going to dig this out a little bit. Make sure we don't miss anything. Alright, folks. I thought I'd bring you back. I finally climbed a mountain. I hadn't really gotten to the top of it before. Mostly because usually there's wolves or drifters or bowtorn or something. Kind of stopping me from exploring this area a lot. There's my house over there. And there's the trader just through those trees over there where I parked my boat. But this is that mountain right across this lake from me. And I thought I'd just show you the view. This is a really nice view of the area I live in. You can see where it's starting to take shape some, so can't wait till we have the windmill sitting there on top of the house. That'll be nice. I just wanted to show this with y'all. I thought it was a nice looking view. We can look out this way and see the ocean some. But, yeah, I just thought this was really cool. So I'll bring y'all back if I find anything else. Alright, everyone, we're back. We've worked our way down from that hill up there. We're back over here at Sailboat. I just want to show you what I've got left to build. Is I need 10 more ropes and 21 linen fabric. And I just want to show you all that, since y'all might have missed the live stream and didn't get to see that. But anyways, I'm going to get back to working on all that. Just wanted to show you all that while I was over in the neighborhood and exploring. Alright, folks, I'm back at home and was doing some organizing around the base. I decided to check our charcoal pit, and it is done. And we are going to dig out some of the charcoal here and see how much we get. So I'll bring you back when I'm done. I'm done digging out our charcoal pit. Remember, this is a 3x3 on the inside, so it's kind of large, especially for a one-person game like me in this case. Alright. Well, it wasn't a bad haul on the charcoal. So we got 2 full stacks, so that's 128 right there, plus another 36, bringing us up to, let's see here, 164. I've done my math right on that. Well, we'll find out real quick. So I've got 2 in here, so let's put all our charcoal away. Alright, 164. Perfect. Okay. So with that being the case, we're going to get our forge going here. I think we'll do a little bit of smithing here. Pick up these tin bronze ingots here. And put them down over here. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I picked up all that earlier. So I think we'll make... Let's make that iron pick first. We'll do that first. So we'll get our iron ingot here. We're going to put it in here. We're going to get a little bit of copper, or a little bit of our charcoal here. We'll get that. I'm also going to grab a couple of these bronze ingots just because we're going to work those too. Grab our tongs here. Go ahead and feed our character real quick while we're sitting here thinking about it. Before we light everything up. There we go. Put that in there. Grab our torch. Get over here. Do a little bit of reorg. And there we go. Alright. Go ahead and light this up. The other thing I did on stream, by the way, in case you all did notice, I got my first leather backpack. So I have an extra inventory slot. And as we get more leather, we're going to keep working on that. Can I add this? I'm not going to try adding that right now. I'm going to add a couple extra pieces of fuel just because. As soon as I get this iron ingot out of there, we're going to add the bronze in and get it heated up to smelting temperature. How much durability do I have? 60 durability left on that, so I'm going to grab this hammer over here, put it in my inventory just in case. I don't know that if I have to have a bronze hammer to work the iron ingot or not. I know I have to have a bronze anvil, which I do, but I don't know if I have to have a bronze hammer. We're going to find out. We're going to get this iron ingot out of here as soon as it's up to working temperature. Which, if this was in Fahrenheit, I could tell you is around 1800, or like 1800-ish degrees is usually what most people shoot for on working temperature. Not sure what that translates exactly to in Celsius, but I'm going to guess, considering how accurate they try to be to things, I'm going to say it's probably close to this, 1100 degrees Celsius here. There you go, put those in there. Let's go ahead and make that pickaxe there. Let's see if it will let us do it with this. Yes, it will. Okay, so I guess it doesn't care about your hammer. It cares just about the anvil. Okay, so let's go ahead and push these up a little bit. There we go. Alright, that side's done. Let's do this side here. Pull this one down. Pull that one down. Actually, I needed one of them. There we go. And then we just snip off the rest. And it's done. Boom. It's a iron pick. Here's a cool thing. Normally you have to quench these things before you can use them, but if you just go ahead and handle them, they're suddenly instantly quenched for some reason. But there we go. Alright. So yeah, this is plenty warm enough here, so we'll go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to use this to make some, not scales, not strips. Where is it? Not plates. What do I want to make? Well, looks like it's not going to let me make... I thought I could forge out the laminate stuff for making the armor, but I can't, apparently. So I'll do a shovel then. Because I do need a new shovel, because my copper shovel broke just a second ago. There we go. It's actually my first time, I think, forging a shovel in this game. Most of the time I just cast them. That's nice and quick. Look at that. That was super quick. Let's snip off our excess bits here. There we go. It's a shovel. Alright, now let's grab this one. And what else do I need? So we've got the pickaxe. We don't need another one of those. You know, we do need probably soon another pair of shears, maybe. Or a hoe. We don't have a proper hoe. We also don't have a proper bronze cleaver either. But we're not doing any farming right now, so I think we can wait on that. Don't need the wrench, don't need a rod. Don't need a... well, a half hammer might be nice, but we're not ready for it. Don't need the pounder cap either. I have hooks. Let's do... we do need a new knife, so let's do the knife. There we go. Now, the other mod I like to play with basically lets you, as you snip off these metal bits here from when you're making your knife and stuff, because obviously, like, we're snipping off a lot of metal here. It lets you reclaim those as, like, metal bits. So, in my next big playthrough, where I do some sort of challenge run or something, that's one of the things we're going to do. We're going to install that mod just because it's a really good mod. Because it makes sense. Before people are like, ah, but it's a bit power gamey. Yeah, it is a little power gamey. I'm not going to lie. It saves you a lot of material. There we go. We put our hammer away. Put our shovel away because we don't need it right this second. We are going to keep the knife, though, because my knife's about to break. But there we go. Did a little bit of forging. Got our first iron tool made. So let's see what else we can get up to this evening in Vintage Story. But first I'm going to put our character to bed, because our character... I mean, it's 2 a.m., so he should be tired, even though the game doesn't work that way. But I'm also just going to put some stuff away here real quick, so you all don't have to watch me put stuff away. Alright, so I'm back, because I did do one thing before I put my character down for the night, and that is I put out 3 more bee ships. Because we want to get our bees dividing here. Because these harvestable ships, where they're nice and large, population size, means they're also ready to divide. So they'll divide and spread throughout these bee ships here soon. Because the more populated bee ships we have, the better. And that'll let us do things like, you know, get more honeycomb, get more beeswax, get more honey. Because we can use the honey for, you know, making things and preserving, most importantly, preserving berries. One of the few ways you can preserve berries is by turning them into jam, or if you had a press, which I don't have a press yet, we could also make wine. But I don't have that, so we're not going to deal with that. I just realized that all those cattails over there grew back. So I should go harvest those here in a second. But let's also check our crops real quick. This is this road I'm working on, because eventually I'm going to extend this road all the way over here to our trader. I'm going to build a more permanent dock. But that's kind of just a long-term side project. Something to do. Probably a good winter project when there's less farming and exploration to be done. This felt's ready, so we'll take this belt. So with this felt being done, I can't put turnips there. We can try the parsnips. We'll try it. We'll see if we have enough days for it to mature. Ah, good. Our flax is ready. And this flax is ready. That spelt's still growing. That spelt's still growing. Good. Good. But getting that flax in was good. So we'll grab these turnip seeds, because the turnips we can put down where the flax was to get us some more turnips growing. Oh, I got an extra flax seed. Thought I'd harvested an extra one. Nope, I just got an extra one. There we go, perfect. But there we go, and that also gets us closer to our goal of 23 linen cloth. So I'm going to go process that real quick. There we go. Alright, we're at 11. 10 more linen cloth, and we'll be there. Alright, let's see here. Put our flax grain in there. Our spelt in here. There we go. Alright, that's where I was keeping those. I'm going to put away these cattails that I've got. Do I have somewhere I can put these? Isn't really occupied by something. No, that's all busy. Oh, we can put them in here. This will be fine. This is a good place to store our extra cattails. There we go. Cool. I hope one of the merchants buys these. I've got 8 more iron ingots I can make as well, by the way. Alright. A real full holdup is that flax. So what I think I might do is I'm going to go paddle down to our copper mine that I started. I wasn't having much luck with, so I'm going to go down over there to that, and I'll meet you over there. Actually, before we go, got these brass ingots. That's what we're going to do. Before I go, we're going to do something I've been talking about. I'm going to put these in here. Grab 2 charcoal. Shouldn't take 2. It should only take 1. So, someone's going to get in the comments, I'm sure, yell at me about, you're wasting charcoal. Yeah, I am. It's fine. We're going to do that because we're going to make that lantern I've been talking about. I need 2 quartz. And I need my candle. Where did I put my candle? Candle. I've hidden the candle from myself. There it is. There we go. Gonna need those. I'm also gonna need the tongs. So we're gonna make this. Because to make this, so we'll go into here, I'll show you the recipe. We're gonna make a bismuth. That doesn't really matter. Brass lantern, so we need a brass plate and 2 clear quartz, which we've got. You can also just use regular quartz chunks. Or no, maybe it has to be the clear quartz. Alright, but that's fine. But it's got a light level of 18, which is nice. It's better than a torch, which is what we've been using. And unlike a torch, it doesn't go out when you get it wet by accident. So, we're going to make one of these real quick. Now, to make the brass plate, once these get up to temperature, it's going to take us both ingots to make 1 plate. That's why I was making 4. That way I could make another brass lamp to go in my house. Or if I wanted to, I could make another torch holder, because I do like the torch holders. Don't get me wrong, I like those. And you can only make those out of brass. Or find them, like I found that one. So, something I'm going to be keeping an eye out for as I explore caves. And these are pretty close to working temperature. Here we go. Beautiful. Alright. Oh, right, because you can only make plates with them. I'm sitting here going like, why isn't it letting me make the plate? Because you can only make plates with these. We're going to do a heavy hit. This is one of the few times I use heavy hits, is when making plates. And we'll go ahead and put this one down. Get our hammer back out. And do another heavy hit. Heavy hit, please. Come on. Smush off to the side. Thank you. There we go. Gonna hit that side. There we go. That. Nice. There we go. Okay, now we're going to get to a little bit more fine detail in our hitting. But once we get this flattened out... Now see, this is one of the great things that you do want a hell of hammer for. The hell of hammers will make making your plates real easy. You can literally just put the 2 ingots on it, and the hell of hammer is just like, you want a plate, boss? Got it. You know. That's the whole purpose of the hell of hammer, is things like that. Or if you're doing a whole lot of iron processing, the hell of hammer will process your blooms real fast for you. So that's part of the reason I want to get some a windmill going, just so I can get hell of hammer going here. Let's miss that one. There we go. Because then I can make plates real well, get my iron processed faster. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this little section over here. There we go. And in case you're wondering why the music's kicking off, it's because the temporal stability in the area is going down right now. Like, it's not affecting me, it's just there's a lot of possibilities for rifts to form. That's what they're saying. So, a lot of rift activity. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I'm just going to bring that one all the way down. Go over with you. And bring you over. There we go. Almost done. Beautiful. With 3 left over if only I had the thing. Alright, so now we can take this, our 2 pieces of quartz, and our candle, boom, lantern to replace our torch. Now we'll keep the torch just because you can use it to start fires. But there we go. I'm going to leave the hammer here. I don't need to take the hammer with me. I will actually take my axe. Well, no, I don't need. I don't need the axe. If I need an axe, I'll just make one out of some flint real quick. But I'm gonna bring you to back into it when I get down to our. I almost brought my tongue with me. But when I get back down to the mine area where our deep copper mine is, I'll bring you back. All right, we're back in our copper mine here. And I had to do some prospecting in because I didn't actually locate the copper vein itself. I just knew I had a good reading here. Kept putting it up there, but here we are. So now if we do a little sample here, we'll do a ProPick sample real quick on top of this one. It should give us a nice high reading. It tells us there are medium amounts, meaning there's some in here. It's not like a ton, but it's also rich. So, for example, each one of these blocks is worth 25 units of copper. So that's pretty good. So we're going to mine this out real quick. Oh, I hope that wasn't it. Let's see if that was it. Nope, there's still more around here. Why did that just lighten up? Okay, there we go. Okay, if we go down here, perfect. So what we'll do is we're going to come through here. Cut out this upper layer. Now we're gonna not be able to stay down here too long. The way things are going, we're gonna throw in some dirt blocks there. Help increase stability. We don't want to cave in, especially this deep. We're going to back up to the surface soon. Start offsetting this temporal stability issue we're running into. Alright, let's see how that's looking from a prospecting pick standpoint. Well, there's still some down here, so let's head up real quick. Get our stability back. I'll bring you back down once we gotta get past this. We gotta get past this here. We got drifters showing up in this little... because this passes through a cave that I found. Oh. There we go. Alright. We can get our stability back up here. What we can do... I got a bed we can throw down. I can get a spot. There it goes. Okay, what time is it in game? Oh yeah, it's like 11 p.m. So we'll hit the hay and go back down there in the morning. It'll give us some time for our temporal stability to go back up and everything. Yep. So it's going lower on us, which is fine. So let's grab these two. There it is. Found it. So we were mining beside it. So what we're going to have to do is go over here and do some mining. And this is still rich too, which is great. Yeah, we're going to have tons of copper. What I'll have to do is go check my tin mine to see if I've got more tin to be harvested there. And we're going to have to get out of here real soon. I'm going to be Oh god. That was a risk that I should not have taken. I knew I should not have taken it. As soon as I started to break that one, I was like, but I didn't lose the copper ore amazingly. Okay, so we're going to knock out these blocks that fell. There we go. Gonna break out this one here. Back up this one here. Oof. As soon as I started to break that one, I realized it was 50%. I knew that that was a bad mistake. It startled me, though. It startled me real good. That's why you gotta be careful. I'm amazed I did not take as much damage from that as I could have. So I'm gonna leave that open there, because we're kind of full up, and my temporal stability is getting kind of bad. We need to head back up to the surface anyways. We're just gonna go straight up. Not mind the drifters. They can have their little cave up here. And you can see I'm starting to get some of those weird little twitchies. Yep, see, there he is. And he's got himself a bow-torn friend now. Come on. Let me up. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. How's the activity out here? The activity out here is calm. What I'm going to do is let's drop some stuff off here. Like, I don't need this in my inventory. I can actually just throw out the stones here. I don't really need these andesite stones. I got so many. There we go. Same with this bauxite, honestly, because I live next to a bauxite like biome. That 58 chunks of copper right there, that'll take care of us for quite some time. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to call our mining trip here to the copper mine good for now. I'm going to grab my hay bales back, though, from my bed. There we go. So I like to keep my bed in here for when I'm traveling. Well, I already have one in there, so it's my spare bed. But I'm going to head back to base with our huge amount of copper here. And I'll see you when we get there. Alright, I actually got a slight detour on the way back to base from our copper haul, which is I noticed this trader I'd never seen over here, and I think this is actually partially due to a, when I redid the map for the new thing. So this is a furniture trader. This is my first furniture trader. So let's see, what's his name? I always like to ask their name, and it's Rabal. Okay, cool. What's he got to sell? So he sells barrels and shelves and brass lanterns. Well, I could just buy lanterns for this guy. Oh, he's got the nice wooden beds, too. Nice. And tin bronze lanterns. He's got some paintings. He's got some nice stuff. This sleek door. Neat. Very nice. What will he buy, though? He'll buy the heavy tool belt, which I don't have any. He'll buy black bronze nails and strips. I would not use black bronze to make nails and strips, if I'm entirely honest. Bright carpets. He will buy bismuth bronze nails and strips, though, and copper nails and strips. We can do that. He'll also buy normal stitches linen cloth. Interesting. Buy tinted glass. And the artisan scarf. So he buys some interesting things, and we could make those nails and strips. Now, he's only paying 1 gear per 2, which means we basically get, you know, 2 gears per ingot, which, it's not a great conversion. But I also saw an interesting looking tree over here we're going to go poke around at. But this place feels like it's not very stable temporally. So we're going to have to be careful. I don't know that we can stay here very long. This whole area seems very not temporally stable. But the reason I also wanted to come over here is because I think I saw some sort of red-leafed tree that I was not familiar with. Don't mind the floating rock over there. It's perfectly normal. Oh, we've got red clay. Oh, hello. I'm going to mark that. Clay. So, I may even mine some of that before we leave. Because I've got enough inventory space. I can take it with me, so we'll probably grab some of that. But what I saw over here, besides the fact this is a huge pine forest, meaning lots of resin potential over here, these trees with red leaves, and I wasn't sure if these were like just late season maple trees or if this is some other special type of tree. We're gonna come over here and find out real quick. Yeah, the temporal stability being so weird over here is not great. Okay, so these are just late season maple trees. Alright, well, I thought I'd found something neat, but it's just maple trees trying to trick me. Did find a ruin, though, so found a ruin. Suppose that's always neat. Aged, polished rock. Conglomerate. Interesting. She's a simple ruin. We could probably dig around her, maybe find a little something or something. But that's not what we're here for. Just wanted to come investigate this little area, especially since I hadn't seen that merchant there before. Again, I think this is a chunk. It regenerated when I updated my game and regenerated the world. Because it regenerated trunks I hadn't visited, and this suddenly had land mass that wasn't here before. So, just wanted to come poke around a little bit. But we're going to head back to base now. We're not far, though I am going to grab this pine resin. Because pine resin is like gold. And I'll just mark it so I can come back to him. If you see a pine tree with resin on it in this game, and you're playing vanilla, do not cut it down. There's another one. Because that cannot happen on trees you plant in vanilla. Now, when I use mods, I don't worry about it too much because there's a mod I use that lets it happen on trees you plant, as well as lets you kind of heal up and make tree tappers that will generate pine resin for you over time from a pine tree. You know, very handy mod. Basically, I mean, it's almost too easy. It kind of negates having to go out and look for pine resin on trees, but it's also kind of realistic in that people did tap pine trees and stuff for pine tar and things. You know. So. But now I'm actually heading back to base. So I'll see you all back at the house. Alright, folks. Well, we got back to base. While I was on the way back to base, I found a little bit of flax on the road, and I also harvested all of our flax grain when we got back to base. And I was able to make 4 more linen from the 57 flax I harvested. Or well, flax fibers I gained. So, we're getting there. We just need 21, so we just need 6 more, and we will be ready to set sail. I don't know that we're going to get it, but, you know, that'll bring us back. Now, the other thing I'm going to do real quick, we're going to take our hammer, because I think this is our, only hammer. And actually, let me put some stuff away before I make a mistake here. Here we go. We're going to put the board, or the wood in there, and we're going to put the dirt in here temporarily. And we're going to put that in there. And we'll put the bed in here temporarily. There we go. That'll give me plenty of inventory space to process this. So we're going to get 5 nuggets per thing. So we're going to get 250 plus another 40. So that should be 290, give or take. So 128 plus 128 is 256. And then 256 plus 34 will put us at, let's see here, 160, 190. Exactly like I said. All right. But there we go. So that'll keep us in copper for a good long time here. I'm going to put this extra 30 away. I'm just going to move this leather over. And then I'm going to put this away. We will take... We're going to take 80 of these. Because 80 should give us exactly enough to do 4 ingots. Because I want 4 copper ingots. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 copper ingots really quick. Yep. Perfect. And we'll put our charcoal in there. And then let me show you what this lamp, how cool this lamp is. So I can just take this lamp, put it right there. Boom. Light everywhere. Look at that. We're going to make some more lamps. Or lanterns at some point. But there we go. We're going to get the smelt done. And I'll bring you back when that's done. Because I'm just going to make these ingots real quick. I'll bring you back once we're ready to pour. Alright, folks. We're going to pour these ingots now. I didn't quite finish that one. There we go. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to melt these bronze bits. I took one of my bronze ingots and used my chisel to convert them back into bits, which is the thing you can do. So you can just take a chisel, if you've got one, which I do. I have a copper chisel over on the wall. And you can use it to break tools or even your anvils. For example, I could take that copper anvil and completely destroy my ingot to make it back into ingots. You lose some ingots if you do an anvil, but unlike other things, like the raw ingots, if you just have some ingots, it'll turn it back into, 20 pieces or enough to make one more ingot. Which we're going to use it to smelt into tin bronze. And we're going to take this, and we're going to take that and pour some more of these armor pieces. So that's going to be kind of another just long-term project we're working on. I just wanted to show you that real quick. And we're going to call it there for this evening. I want to thank you all for joining me. This has been Thalen McRom, and I've been streaming my playthrough of Vanilla Vintage Story. We're going to work our way all the way through the story content eventually. And if you like this content, like and subscribe. And I want to say a special shout out to my Patreons who support this channel and help make everything possible. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you all have a great one.